Hi again. For this video, we are not going to discuss on box plot as I mentioned to you previously. For box plot, we are going to discuss it in detail on how you create box plot and how you interpret box plot in detail later after we discuss on numerical data presentation. Why? Because in order for us to draw a box plot, we first need to know we first need to calculate to get the numerical data presentation. Alright, so let's go to numerical data presentation. Okay, this is the third part, or the last part of data summary representation, which is numerical data presentation. Just as what graphical data presentation did before, right? It presents the data, the summary of the data graphically. As for the numerical data presentation, as you can guess, it presents the data, but now instead of graph, it is in number. I believe that you have done this several number of times before. You just maybe you just not realize it yet, but you have done it before. You present a data, you have a whole set of data, but then you present it in just one value. You have done it before. Okay, so we are going to discuss in detail. So for numerical data presentation, we have, at first you need to distinguish between these three measures. So when you want to present a data numerically, right, it can be done by combining these three measures. So when you combine these three kind of measures, you will be able to describe a data in a more detailed manner. So, however, it is not compulsory. Sometimes people might just use one or two measures. So what does these measures mean? Now let's try to look at the overview. For numerical data presentation, where the first one we have measure of central tendency. In other words, it is a measure that give you a center value. Right, that's why the name says measure of central tendency, MCT. For the second one, we have measure of dispersion. Right, again, I want to remind you that these three measures give you three different things. So it can be used together, or you can use, maybe depend on what do you want. So the second one is measure of dispersion. It measures the dispersion of the data. In other words, the spreadness, how far the data spread from each other. That is what this thing measures. And for the third one is measure of position. It measures where does actually that data position in from the whole data, where is actually that data position is, whether it is in front, behind, in the middle, and so on and so forth. So that is actually the numerical data presentation measures that you have. Okay, so in the next video we are going to discuss in detail on each of these measures.